What if I told you that during World War II, a German fighter pilot had the perfect chance to shoot down an American bomber, but chose not to? This is the incredible true story of mercy and honor in the skies over Nazi Germany. Watch until the end to find out how you can get a free, full-length audiobook detailing the entire encounter. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing historical stories. It's December 20th, 1943, and the freezing air above Germany is, well, about as welcoming as a polar bear in a snowstorm. Second Lieutenant Charles "Charlie" Brown is at the controls of his B-17 bomber, WWII. Because even in a war zone, there's always time for a good pub. The 8th Air Force's bomb group is headed to Bremen to take out the Focke-Wulf aircraft plant. What's waiting for them? Oh, just 500 or so German fighters, no big deal. Charlie's formation is leading the charge, with nearly 500 bombers stretched out behind him like a flying conga line of doom. Just after 11 a.m., they near the German border. Suddenly, the familiar shout goes up, "Bandits!" which is code for "This is about to get ugly." German fighters are already attacking bombers far behind them. The P-47s, doing their best superhero impression, race to intercept, while the bombers keep heading straight into the storm. By 11:30, things are heating up, literally, as flak bursts start popping around the pub. The bomber shakes like a washing machine on its last spin cycle. A voice crackles over the intercom. "We're hit!" A huge hole has blown open in the plexiglass nose, and now the crew is getting a very unwanted taste of German winter air conditioning. Charlie's co-pilot, Spencer "Pinky" Luke, reports that Engine 2 is losing oil pressure. Sure enough, the engine's been hit. "Shut it down," Charlie says, "because who needs 4 engines when you can struggle along with 3? Just 1 minute from the bomb drop, Pinky spots another gift from the universe, a giant hole in the right wing. And if that's not enough fun, Engine 4 starts revving like it's trying to win a race. Spoiler alert, it's not. Despite all this, they press on, dropping their bombs and eventually turning north to head home. Now, with one engine down and another acting up like a toddler at bedtime, the pub starts falling behind the formation, along with another damaged plane trailing smoke. Charlie hears the other plane's distress call as it fades away into a cloud bank. Blackie, in the ball turret, watches as the plane vanishes and moments later, a flash of orange. Never a good sign. Just when they think it can't get worse, Eki shouts, "Bandits!" again, because why not pile on the misery? 5 German planes emerge from the clouds, followed by 8 more. 2 of the German planes peel off, heading straight for the pub. Charlie, never one to back down from a bad situation, nudges the bomber up to meet them. One of the fighters lands a hit, but it's more of a love tap than anything. Sergeant Bertram "Frenchie" Coulomb in the turret decides enough is enough and shoots the first German plane out of the sky. Then navigator Al-Doc Sadok takes down the second. Who said a bad day couldn't get worse for the Germans too? Just as they're celebrating that small victory, Pinky reports that Engine 3 has been hit and is now stuck on half power. So now the pub is down to just one fully working engine, and things are looking bleak. Sensing blood in the water, 5 more German fighters show up. Eki calls out, "Fighters attacking 6 o'clock. Only problem? Both Eki and Blackie's guns are frozen solid, because of course they are. Charlie pulls the plane into a turn in an attempt to shake off the attackers, but half the rudder gets shot off. That's when things go from bad to hold on to your hats. The tail gunner position gets hit, killing Eki instantly, and Alex Russian Yelesenko, the waist gunner, is badly injured. With the pub spinning out of control, Charlie and Pinky pass out as the bomber drops 4 miles toward the ground. It's not looking good, but at just 1 mile above the ground, Charlie wakes up. Realizing they're about to be a permanent part of the German landscape, he grabs the controls and pulls the plane out of the dive. The plane barely pulls up in time, skimming the trees as it levels out. As if this isn't enough of a roller coaster, they fly near a German airfield, where a German pilot, Franz Stiegler, is refueling his plane. Franz, who's won bomber victory, away from earning the Knight's Cross, jumps into his plane to go bag his prize. Stiegler catches up to the pub in no time, lining up for the kill. But then he notices something strange. The pub is more wrecked than a bargain bin at a Black Friday sale. The rear gunner is dead, and the crew is barely hanging on. Stigler flies alongside the bomber and sees the gaping hole in the fuselage, revealing the injured crew inside, struggling to stay alive. In that moment, Stigler decides he can't shoot them down. He remembers his commanding officer's words, "Honor is everything." To him, shooting down this barely flying wreck of a plane would be like shooting a man in a parachute, dishonorable. Instead, Stigler gestures to Charlie, signaling for them to land in Germany. But Charlie and his crew, thinking he's telling them to surrender, refuse. Franz tries again, signaling for them to head to neutral Sweden. But Pinky, misunderstanding the gesture, just shrugs. Franz can't believe the Americans aren't taking the easy way out, but he respects their determination. Knowing there's nothing more he can do, Stigler salutes Charlie, then peels away, sparing their lives. The pub miraculously limps its way across the North Sea, low on fuel and altitude. 2 American fighter planes intercept the bomber and guide it to a nearby airfield in England. Against all odds, the crew of Ye Olde Pub makes it home, everyone except for Sergeant Hugh Ecke Eckenrode, who was killed in the attack. At debriefing, Charlie tells the story of the German pilot who spared them, but it's decided to keep the story quiet. After all, the idea of an honorable German pilot letting an American bomber go wasn't exactly the kind of narrative the war effort needed. For decades, Charlie kept the story to himself. But in 1986, he began searching for the mysterious German pilot who spared him and his crew. Just 1 year later, Charlie received a letter from Franz Stigler, who had emigrated to Canada after the war. The 2 men met, and Franz gave Charlie a book with a heartfelt inscription that read, "In 1940, I lost my only brother as a night fighter. On December 20th, 4 days before Christmas, I had the chance to save a B-17 from destruction. A plane so badly damaged it was a wonder she was still flying. The pilot, Charlie Brown, is as precious to me as my brother was. Thanks, Charlie. Your brother Franz." Franz Stigler never got his Knight's Cross, but as he always said, he got something better, a lifelong friend. The 2 men passed away just months apart in 2008, embarking on their final journey together. Now that you've heard this incredible story, don't forget to check the description below for a free, full-length audiobook that dives deep into the entire encounter between Charlie Brown and Franz Stigler. And of course, like and subscribe for more amazing stories from Epic Footprints.